The moment you stop reacting to everything, you become dangerous. Not dangerous because you are louder, not because you are stronger, but because nothing can be used against you anymore. Think about it. How many times has a careless comment ruined your entire day? How many nights have you lost sleep because someone misunderstood you, ignored you, or failed to appreciate your worth? The truth is, most people are not defeated by life's greatest tragedies. The Stoics understood something that most people never do. The world gains power over you only when you surrender control of your mind. Hello everyone, welcome to the Mind Awakening channel. In this video, you'll discover 5 timeless Stoic lessons that will teach you how to remain calm under pressure, protect your inner peace, and walk through chaos with the quiet confidence of someone who cannot be shaken. Because the strongest person in the room is rarely the loudest one. It is the one who has mastered the one thing no one else can control: their own mind. Now, let's get started. Lesson 1. Stop giving people control over your emotions. One of the greatest mistakes we make is handing other people the keys to our peace without even realizing it. Someone criticizes us, and our mood changes. Someone ignores our message, and we begin questioning our worth. Someone speaks disrespectfully, and we replay the conversation in our minds for days. Without noticing, we allow strangers, co-workers, friends, and even people who barely know us to decide whether we will have a good day or a miserable one. The Stoics considered this a form of slavery, not slavery of the body, but slavery of the mind. Imagine living in a house where anyone walking past could reach through the window and rearrange your furniture whenever they pleased. It would feel absurd. Yet many people allow others to do exactly that with their thoughts and emotions every single day. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that no one could damage his character without his consent. They could insult him, misunderstand him, or reject him, but they could never force him to surrender his inner peace. That choice always remained his. The next time someone tries to provoke you, pause before you react. Ask yourself, why should I allow another person's lack of self-control to become my lack of peace? The moment you stop reacting to every opinion, every insult, and every disappointment, something remarkable happens. You become emotionally independent, and once your peace no longer depends on how other people behave, you discover a freedom that very few people ever experience. That is where true strength begins, not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Lesson 2. Protect your energy by accepting what you cannot control. One of the quietest forms of wisdom is knowing when to stop fighting battles you were never meant to win. Most people exhaust themselves trying to control things that have never belonged to them in the first place. They try to control how others see them, what people say behind their backs, whether everyone approves of their choices, or how life unfolds tomorrow. The result is predictable. They become anxious, frustrated, and emotionally drained, not because life is cruel, but because they are resisting reality. The Stoics taught that peace begins with a simple question: is this within my control? If the answer is yes, take responsibility and act with courage. If the answer is no, release it without bitterness. This sounds simple, yet it is one of the hardest disciplines to practice. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, shouting at the wind to change direction. No matter how loud you yell, the storm will never obey you. The wiser choice is not to argue with the wind. It is to adjust your sails. Life works the same way. You cannot control the economy, the opinions of strangers, the past, or every unexpected setback. But you can control your attitude, your decisions, your character, and the way you respond when life refuses to follow your plans. That is where real power lives. The strongest people are not those who never face chaos. They are the ones who refuse to let chaos enter their minds. When you stop wasting energy on what is beyond your control, you suddenly have more strength for what truly matters: your purpose, your growth, and your peace. Remember this: a calm mind is not created by controlling the world. It is created by mastering yourself, one choice at a time. Before we move on to the next lesson, take a moment to reflect on this. What has been stealing your peace lately? Is it someone's opinion, a painful memory, or something you simply cannot control? If this message resonates with you, leave the word peace in the comments. It may seem like a small gesture, but your words could remind someone else that they are not alone in their struggle. And if you're enjoying these timeless lessons from Stoicism, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every video on this channel is created to help you develop a calmer mind, stronger character, and the quiet confidence to face life without letting the world control your emotions. Now, let's continue with the next lesson, because it may completely change the way you respond to the challenges that once disturbed your peace. Lesson 3: your silence is often more powerful than your response. One of the greatest signs of emotional maturity is realizing that not every battle deserves your attention. When someone insults you, your first instinct is often to defend yourself. When someone spreads lies about you, you want to explain the truth. When someone doubts your abilities, you feel the urge to prove them wrong. But the Stoics understood a truth that most people spend a lifetime learning. Not every opinion deserves a response. The more you feel compelled to answer every criticism, the more control you hand over to the people trying to provoke you. Think about the ocean. No matter how many stones are thrown into it, the ocean never chases them back. It absorbs the disturbance, settles again, and remains vast. Your mind can become the same. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that another person's actions belong to them, but your response belongs to you. That means no insult has the power to disturb your peace unless you willingly invite it into your mind. There will always be people who misunderstand your intentions, question your character, or judge your decisions without knowing your story. If you spend your life trying to correct every misunderstanding, you will never have time to build the life that speaks for itself. Sometimes, your greatest answer is not another argument. It is your consistency. It is your discipline. It is the quiet confidence of continuing your work while others waste their energy talking about you. Remember, people are often watching how you react more closely than what was said to you. When you remain calm while others expect anger, when you stay respectful while others choose hostility, when you refuse to let insults dictate your emotions, you reveal a strength that cannot be faked. Silence is not weakness. When it is guided by wisdom, silence becomes a shield that protects your peace and a quiet declaration that your self-worth no longer depends on winning every argument. And that is the kind of strength the world can never take away. Lesson 4. Build a life that speaks louder than your words. Many people spend years trying to convince others of who they are. They explain themselves. They defend every decision. They seek approval from people who have already made up their minds. But the Stoics believed that your character should never depend on your ability to persuade others. It should be revealed through the way you live. Think about the sun. Every morning, it rises without announcing itself. It does not ask for attention. It does not argue with the darkness. It simply appears. And its presence is enough to change the entire world around it. That is how your life should be. Instead of telling people that you are disciplined, become so consistent that they cannot ignore it. Instead of saying you are kind, let your actions quietly prove it. Instead of trying to earn everyone's respect, become someone who respects themselves enough to live according to their values. There will always be critics. There will always be doubters. Some people will never see your worth because they are too busy protecting their own ego. Do not waste your life trying to change their minds. Spend that energy becoming the person you were created to be, because in the end, your actions will always outlive your explanations. The loudest proof of your character is not found in your words. It is found in the quiet consistency of your daily life. Lesson 5. Nothing can disturb the person who has mastered himself. At the end of every Stoic teaching lies one timeless truth. The greatest victory is not over other people. It is over yourself. Life will continue to test you. There will be criticism, unexpected failures, betrayals, moments of loneliness. People will misunderstand your intentions. Some will leave without explanation. Others will underestimate everything you have worked so hard to become. None of these things are completely within your control. But one thing always is: the person you choose to become in response. Every challenge presents two paths. One path is driven by emotion, anger, resentment, fear, and revenge. The other is guided by wisdom, patience, courage, and self-control. Every single day, you choose which path to walk. The Stoics did not strive to create a perfect life. They sought to create an unshakable mind, because once your peace comes from within rather than from circumstances, the world loses its ability to manipulate you. Imagine looking back years from now, not remembering how many arguments you won, but remembering how many storms you walked through without losing yourself. That is true success. Not becoming untouchable by life, but becoming so deeply rooted in your principles that no hardship, no opinion, and no disappointment can pull you away from who you truly are. So when you wake up tomorrow, do not ask yourself, how can I make the world easier? Ask instead, how can I become stronger, wiser, and calmer than I was yesterday? Because when you master your own mind, the world may still be noisy, but it will never again have the power to disturb your peace. Conclusion. The world will never stop testing your patience, your emotions, or your character. There will always be people who misunderstand you, situations you cannot control, and challenges you never expected. But true freedom begins the moment you realize that your greatest power has never been the ability to control the world. It has always been the ability to control yourself. When your mind becomes calm, your heart becomes steady, and nothing outside of you can truly disturb the peace within. The life lesson. The greatest Stoic lesson is this: your peace is your responsibility. No insult, no failure, no rejection, and no difficult circumstance has the power to define your life unless you allow it. Every day, you have a choice. You can react emotionally to everything around you, or you can respond with wisdom, patience, and self-discipline. Starting today, whenever life challenges you, pause before reacting. Take one deep breath and ask yourself, is this worth sacrificing my peace for? More often than not, the answer will be no. Choose calm over anger. Choose discipline over impulse. Choose purpose over distraction. Because every time you master your emotions instead of letting them master you, you become stronger than you were yesterday. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more timeless lessons on Stoicism, self-mastery, and inner strength. Your support helps this channel continue creating meaningful content that empowers people to live with greater wisdom, resilience, and peace. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.